What's going on, everyone? And Tera is back on the menu. I know, it's weird. It's 2025. What's going on? Well, there's this awesome new server that opened up pretty recently called Tera Classic, and it has been an incredibly enjoyable time. It is an earlier patch of the game before they reworked Island of Dawn and avatar weapons and all the really crazy expedited stuff that made the game really easy. So it's been a really good experience. We hopped on the server, we got a bunch of our community involved with it. We personally brought in 50 people, and it's been a really great time doing all the dungeons again. And honestly, the game has held up really well despite what people might think. The stylized realism that they originally went for, while still maintaining that fantasy aspect with different designed races, uniquely so, like the Baraka and the Aman, have really been quite nice to see. Additionally, the game still really does look pretty nice. It's crazy what some good lighting and varied colors can really do for a game. The game's zones themselves have their own unique aesthetics and vibes and feel to them that really help you get immersed into the game. And it feels really great just being in the world. And the zones are huge. Not to mention, there's multiple zones that have additional zones within themselves, like Azael's Labyrinth, which is, its own labyrinthian underground dungeon with multiple levels that is basically, the size of a zone in some other games that people have played recently. And so it's been a really incredible experience just being in this game's world again. Additionally, the combat, I think, is still literally the best action combat alongside BDOs still to this day. It is incredibly fluid, skills combo flawlessly together and fluidly, and we don't even have a lot of attack speed yet ourselves. We've only been on the server for 2 days. We're around level 30. We don't have any attack speed gear, and, things already feel much faster and fluid and fun to engage with than a lot of other games. BAMs are still very much a thing in this game. BAMs, for those who don't know, stands for big ass monsters. And, some BAMs are definitely more dangerous than others. And these are their, pre-nerfed versions. And so it's been a lot of fun. It's just been fun playing this game again. So this is a smaller server. It is new. We are growing the server's population right now. There have been a lot of people joining in the last couple weeks, so I definitely recommend you check it out. It's a great game. While it has been nostalgic, it's also been pretty eye-opening. It makes you really consider what's been going on with recent, game development and how everything feels so unoriginal, so lifeless. There's no uniqueness to it. Everything is just a pre-used Unreal Engine 5 asset, and that's all they are for the most part. Colors aren't nearly as vibrant. There's no unique art style to it, no unique world aesthetic. That's the problem with every game going for the same hyper-realistic look. They all just feel the same, look the same, and they don't have any life to them, in my opinion. And, I think for a game that came out in 2011 on Unreal Engine 3, this game's holding up pretty darn well, I would say, especially after what some people saw with Chrono Odyssey's recent playtests. Yes, I know. It's the beta. There's a lot of things that were wrong with it. The lighting was completely, buggered out and everything. People had huge performance issues. I get that. But even if the lighting was fixed, the way the world is designed, it still just feels so dull. Even when the lighting wasn't bugging out, everything just felt lifeless in a way, in the sense of that there was no vibrancy at all, and it was just very limited color tones in the world itself. Even the most colorful areas didn't feel that colorful, and so it was just a weird feeling to have for a game on such a, great engine that is UE5. And I think it's just because so many things are just stock assets. And that's just one of those things of modern day development that is unfortunate. But, you know, this game has been refreshing. The dungeons are fun. There is open world PvP. You can outlaw and flag on people, but you have to flag within your appropriate range. There is instance PvP. There is GVGs. There is alliance PvP. There are dungeons. There are raids. There are BAMs. There is lots of stuff to do. It's a really great experience. The leveling has been a blast. We've put in over 20 hours already, and we're only like level 31. So, you know, the game's, it's just leveling alone is going to take up some time for you right now. There is no cash shop. For those who are wondering, there is literally no cash shop in the game. On this server, there is no store whatsoever. It doesn't have anything in it at all. There's no items. So the things that normally come from the store are actually acquired through in-game events where you get Federation bills, and with those Federation bills, you then go and get the costumes from there. So right now is a summertime event, so it is the time to get all of the swimsuit cosmetics for those who want the swimsuit cosmetics if you're interested in joining people on this server. I know there's some other people who are other creators who are looking at playing this server as well, potentially, and that would also generate a lot more interest and player base to it, so I'm looking forward to that. But, you know, this game is truly a great time. I do recommend it. It has actually held up very well, and I think it is better than a vast majority of MMOs that are currently available on the market, even now to this day. But don't take my word for it. Try it out yourself. We're going to put a link to the download in the description. Or you can come see it live for yourself on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/Zaf. Take care. Have a good one.